What up? Yeah, I couldn't take that shit, man. I couldn't take it. Stand it no more. Man, I did the elderberry, man. This whole thing is like making me sick. It's everything around me, man. Like, this shit's terrible.
Five. Don't tell your right hand what your left hand is doing. Five. I know you happy, but don't tell them. The devil is listening and setting up booby traps for you, man. Shh. I'm telling you. Wait till you get out there, then you be like, yo, we left. All of my stuff left.
To avoid you want me to avoid the monkey wrench as best as I can.
And make sure you get the most out of your money. Make sure you get the most out of your money, man. Like, cause that shit, let me tell you something, bro. I've been out here, I've been proclaiming the kingdom 5 years now. More than that, really. But online, I've been proclaiming it. And someone said I haven't built anything in 3 years. Nigga, I built Carbonation. What are you talking about? Look, y'all, you have to understand that the Son of Man did not come here to farm. The Son of Man did not come here to fish in the sense that you think. I come here to collect the elite because the end is here. We're not going to be building shit till y'all motherfuckers is dead. We don't, what we need to build for? Y'all motherfuckers have to die first, then the whole earth will belong to us. Someone says I have no skills. That's because you're blind. you know what I mean? Your little Pagoon, your little Paragon, what is it? Welcome to Pagoon. That's me. My skill is something that you can't see. My skill is something you can't fathom. I'm God. I move things. Period. That's like saying a tree has no skill because you can't see what it's doing. That's like saying, you know, these plants have no skills. You refuse to see me and you can't see me and you can't hear me. You said Jesus was a carpenter. I was a barber. That's a skill, homie. Last time I checked, I had a whole barber shop. I thought that was a skill, homie.
I thought Jesus was the son of a carpenter.
Yeah, he was the son of a carpenter. He wasn't a carpenter. He was the son of a carpenter. But I
think when people say that type of stuff, they don't really have a full understanding of what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why they say what they say. They don't really understand what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first ran across you, I was fucking amazed. I'm like, yo, this dude is crazy. I'm like, after going through everything we done been through, how can, who wouldn't go with what we've been through and be damaged psychologically? So to go through all of that and say, listen, I am God. I figured it out. I'm out. I'm going to show you how to do this thing. That was that's amazing. And I think people don't fully understand what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Then the way that the information pours out of you, so it's very organic. And I'm like, bro, look, I've been reading this shit, studying this shit to understand the mechanics, and you just went out and just figured this shit out. Like, how the fuck did that? Like, I got a book, this shit costs like $2,000. I'm trying to figure this shit out, and I get my mind wrapped around it. You already there. I say, yo, this guy is crazy, but crazy is something different than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And that ability is something that we really need to use. Like, there's nobody else that's still upholding these same teachings. There's nobody else that's giving this frequency of information. And it's the information that actually helps. It's the information. If you're not getting into biology, you don't understand how this vehicle work, how this vessel work, you're just going to crash. Just like you get a damn Bugatti. You get a Bugatti and give the keys to a fucking 12-year-old to drive that joint. You're going to wreck out. You're going to wreck out. So we got to understand biology. Then we got to understand epigenetics and the important role that our environment plays. And then it's an extrapolation. When you go to astrology, that's like epigenetics of psychology. Psyche is the study of the soul. This is psychology. So to connect all of this shit together, that shit is amazing. And I just think it's something that if you don't understand, you're gonna say this type of stuff that it really doesn't. It doesn't help anything. Like it doesn't help anybody. And if say we're wrong, say carbonation is wrong. What do you have to add? What do you have to show? You know what I'm saying?
If I'm wrong, then what is right? Point blank, period. I'm telling you the truth already. Nobody, you don't have to listen to me. I'm literally a temple, a channel of God. Like literally, like when I say like the Most High channels through me. Period. I'm a channel for the Most High. Like, and I don't know how to make it no more clear than that. But those who hear me, they're my sheep. They know what it is. You just did the math. You did the Babylon math to find me.
Yeah.
You went a very unique route to find me. Because through you, no one can deny me.
Yeah. That's the crazy part about it. Like, I really understand this shit. I'm like, how? I'm like, yo, how? Then I even spoke with the greatest mathematician on the planet. And we talked about you. He said, that brother knows. That brother got it. He got it. That's what he told me. I'm like, I know, but how? He like, I don't know. I have no idea how. But he knows it. He got it. That shit was amazing to me. So I'm like, we're not supposed to, people who look like us not supposed to have this information. We're not supposed to be looked at as the geniuses, as the leaders, as the scientists. But we don't understand that this is a trait that's ordained in us to be the scientists, to be the leaders. Like, to act outside of that is going against the God order. This is going against everything that we're supposed to be doing. Like, we're supposed to be the leaders, bro. Like, this is it. And another thing is, just like you was talking about the people who are distractions, like, I'm not going to name nobody names, but it's a lot of that going around. And it's only because the way that we're
in the end of times. We're in the end of times. That must happen.
Right. And the information age is like a double-edged sword because it's so much information. You go out looking for a needle in a fucking haystack. Like, it's too much information. Like, why do you need to know all the shit that you know? Why do I know that a hummingbird is the only bird that can fly backwards and forward? How the fuck is that going to help me? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we not? It's too much information. It's so much information. It crowds the real shit that you need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much information.
I always equate the information on the internet like going into a supermarket, right? It's a lot of food in the supermarket when you go in there, but it's only certain foods you should eat.
That's a fact.
And you have to be real to gravitate to the real. You feel what I'm saying? And I just wanted to let y'all know about this movement. Just throw it out there. I'm not going to continue to talk about it because many will come in my name. Period. So when I told you this, you have to be ordained, enabled by the Father. When I say this, I mean it has to be in you. See, you're very unique. I love this about you, and I have to continue to say this because you found me just like I found this innately. You stumbled upon this. This happened to me. I had to accept this. This is not something that I was like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I'm the Messiah. No, I had to be shown that over time. I had to accept that. I did not. To this day, I still give too much energy to my lower self because I'm still in somewhat of a doubt of my own purpose and mission. because it's so amazing. It amazes me. All the knowledge that comes out of me actually teaches me. Sometimes I'm talking and it ain't me talking. It's not me talking. It's not me. It's not, when I say me, I mean it is me, it's a part of me, but it's like, it's not, it's a part of me that is completely divine. It's not, it's the Most High coming through me, channeling God. I'm channeling the Most High through me. And I be teaching myself. Yo, let me tell you something. One time I was on Facebook and I was going through my human experience, right? And I had seen an old memory of my knowledge. And I literally clicked on the video because it was like, on this day, you made this video a year ago. And I was going through some things in my human experience. And literally, I had me crying. I was watching my video, and I was crying because I was going through some shit, and I was teaching me something through my own video. And I was fucking balling, nigga, like, right, man. Like, I woke me the fuck back up again. I was like, damn. I was watching my own video, and it was like coming through, like, I was like, yo, like, that's real, thank you. And it was like, I teach myself. And I was like, it was like, wow. When all I gotta do is go to my old videos and watch them joints, and it keeps me like, yo, like, you know, my old videos and even some of my recent videos, they'll just slip up and come on, and I'll be like, listen, I'll be drawn to my own teachings. So I'll be like, and I'll be listening, it be sparking me, so I know it's like, it's something ordained. You have to be ordained, bro.
Yeah, you stay there. Like, no matter what time of day I reach out to you, no matter what.
Somebody said, ain't nothing divine about fucking bitches in the ass. Yes, it is. I explained that to y'all, man.
Yo. I didn't see that comment.
I explained it to people about having anal sex, bro. It's fucking... There's so much there's so much in the Bible that they kept out. It's crazy.
Listen, you gotta run that back real quick. Run that back for me,
They're saying that having anal sex is nasty, and I'm telling them that's not true. We're organic computers through the anus, which is actually a chakra. The anus is a chakra, literally. That's why there's a G-spot in the anal. You have to understand this. In the anus, there's a G-spot. It's the sexual pleasure zone, right? This is why sometimes when you poop, you have an erection sometimes. This is just a fact. I'm telling you. Now, with that being stated, the reason why there's a pleasure zone there is simply because we're supposed to be having that kind of sex. Point blank. Not saying males, but I'm saying you should have it with your woman. Because this is the fastest way to program your woman. When I say program them, I mean, you know all the knowledge you have. You have all this knowledge in your mind that you have, right?
Right.
All of the knowledge that you have is in every cell of your body. Let's look at the cell in your body. Let's take one cell of Phi's body, right? One cell of Phi's body holds, in the middle of one cell holds DNA, right? And on that DNA strand is all of the knowledge thus far that has been downloaded from the universe into Phi. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like one cell has all of the knowledge to not only make you, this is why they talk about cloning and stuff from just one cell, because one cell holds all of your knowledge through the genes. Now, peep this. When you pop off in a girl, right? When you pop off in her vagina, when you ejaculate into a woman, the sperm gets ate the fuck up. The knowledge that you have in the cell, because that's what inside the sperm is what? Chromosomes, information. We're computers transferring information. So it's like, if a chick has sex with Phi, and you have sex with her when she's not knowledge. The only time you should have sex in the vagina is during ovulation. Every other time, it should be anal, or she should be swallowing your sperm. Point blank period. Why? I will tell you, because we're organic computers. And Phi's knowledge, your woman is trying to marry you. She's trying to have your mind. What happens when she swallows your sperm, when she swallows your semen, she's swallowing your sperm. What happens is that sperm, its microRNAs, gets picked up by her own genetics and starts to reproduce through her ribosome your proteins. She literally starts to actually become you, because your microRNAs come and interrupt her microRNAs and start reproducing your proteins and your knowledge. So this is the true meaning of marriage, and I've shown this and broke this down. You understand? So now when you ejaculate in the anus, you're getting straight to the bloodstream. This is not a game. Your information is going straight to the bloodstream. Like there's no greater way to receive the knowledge but through the anus. This is why people say they've been probed when they got abducted by aliens. They stuck something in their ass. I'm just because we're so immature when it comes to sexuality, and we don't realize that our bodies are computers. We're not mature enough to understand this, but our bodies are computers. And
so would you say having children is a byproduct of sex and not the primary function?
No. Sex is not for procreation. Sex is for bonding. That's why it feels good. It feels good. That's why we do it. We don't do it for procreation. We do it because it feels good. It's for bonding, man. It's for us to bond. It's supposed to be used for bonding.
I thought about that too.
It's supposed to be used for relationship.
I thought about that too, because I was looking into ejaculate and what is actually the components of our ejaculate, and only like 1 to 5% of the shit is sperm. Then like 30% of it is prostate fluid. Then the rest of the 60-something percent is just cerebral spinal fluid.
It's superfood, and on top of that, it's a superfood. You understand what I'm saying? So it would behoove women to swallow that sperm and be careful who you plug into, and be careful who you trade files with. Because if you see somebody like Phi, all of y'all women supposed to be on Phi, because y'all want that knowledge. When you swallow Phi's cum, you're going to get his knowledge instead of him sitting here giving it to you through Bluetooth. That's like this, right? Say I'm transferring all my knowledge, all the videos I've ever did, everything that I ever had taught, right? Imagine going to Carbonation TV, downloading all my videos, and then transferring somehow to your DNA, right? Now, you can do this by watching the video, studying, and maybe it'll take you a couple years. A female can have sex with me and genetically take that knowledge in. Because all that knowledge is in every cell of my being.
And you know how we can tell that this is true? And a lot of fellas out there, you cheating on your woman, and they get that intuition to call you right when you doing some shit. Like, they get that intuition to pop up right when you doing some shit. Right when you know you ain't supposed to be where you supposed to be. Because the information came through you. That's why they call it that women's intuition. Like, you gave her the information. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely like
somebody stated
uncharted water.
Somebody stated that my wives are dumb as rocks. The thing is, like with women aren't intellectuals. Like, very few women are intellectuals. My women are intuitive. My wives are intuitive. Like, my wives innately know that I'm that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, they're smart as fuck. Anybody that's around me is smart as fuck because they innately know. Now I give them the knowledge, and sometimes it takes time. Like, here's the thing, right? You can give somebody the knowledge, right?
Right.
But certain people have certain capacities for the knowledge because of their purpose. Okay, so If you were just meant to be my wife, my support, you're not supposed to have all that knowledge. You don't need all the knowledge. You just need enough to know that, hey, this is the man to be with. This is the man you're gonna have children, and this is, you know what I'm saying? You need to know this. Everybody cannot hold the full capacity of my knowledge. It's not meant to be, okay? But you can hold enough to know your purpose. You understand what I'm saying? And,
I can do it.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you understand what I'm saying? You know.
And I like that too. I liken that to comparing a 5-watt light bulb to a 5-watt laser. Like a 5-watt light bulb can't hold that much information. It can barely light up the room for you to read. But a 5-watt laser will burn a hole through your head. That focus, that concentration is strong. Like, we got to be more like the 5-watt laser.
It's a beautiful analogy to use electricity. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because we have circuits, we have circuit breakers, we have a light that lights up a room enough for you to see what you need to be doing. We have enough electricity. We have watts. You know what I'm saying? So it's controlled for a purpose. Beautiful analogy, my God. Beautiful analogy. I love your mind.
I went right there. As soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah, like, motherfucking 5-watt light bulb can't hold that much energy. Like, why would you be a laser? Be focused. Focus that energy.
Right.
Yeah, one motherfucker, focus the energy. And a lot of people hit me up, dog, like, that, yo, I get so, I know your inbox be with the damn Goombas in your jaw. I know they be flooded in your jaw.
It's okay because you know what? And Zoka's been teaching me this through her presence. Is that, yo, bro, these people, and I already knew this, but she was like a reminder from the universe. She always reminds me of this. She's like, these people, they don't understand. They don't. People are seeing you from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? People are living from their perspective. And you just have to accept that, as mean as it is, as fucked up as it is, you just have to accept that people will not. These are forms of yourself that cannot see. If I'm standing from this angle looking at you, I'm going to have a perspective of you that may not be very clear because I'm seeing it from me and my perspective. So when people are viewing you, they're viewing you from their perspective. And yeah, so Zoka has taught me and reminded me, should I say enlightened, or reminded me that to stop doubting my own abilities by even dealing and explaining myself to these people. And I'm going to stop explaining myself so much because, you know, that comes from a bit of a self-doubt because my responsibilities have been great in this journey. And what I'm asked to do or what I'm doing, the universe is doing through me as a reflection of all of us is really big. And it's like, sometimes I doubt my purpose. All throughout my mission, I've doubted my own powers. So I've argued with people that didn't, and I gave people my energy that didn't deserve it because I was in doubt of, you know, who I was. And I didn't know me completely. And, you know, it's beautiful to have people that come along in your life and remind you of who you are so that you don't have to be like, yeah, you're right. I am that. I know that, but I knew that, but I was doubting myself because there's a part of me that loves to argue. There's a part of me that loves to prove myself right so I can stay humble. You know what I'm saying? I like to stay humble. I like to stay humble. Me staying humble is talking to y'all. Not you, but talking to my haters and giving them energy. That's humble because I don't need to do that because I'm right. You know what I mean? You know, like answering questions and arguing with people and like breaking shit down over and over and over again. I don't need to do that as much as nature doesn't need to do it. Nature sits there until you're ready to come to it. So my knowledge is impeccable. Everything that I'm teaching is impeccable. My wisdom is impeccable. It's no way around it. I am who I am. I don't have no time for misunderstandings. It's a rollie, not a stopwatch. Shit don't never stop. And right now, it's just loving my life and just my liberty at this point. I'm just living my life and I'm inspiring others at this point because I think that it's over with the arguing. I don't think there's nothing to argue with anymore. There's just distractions. There's just distractions, my G. Like, and I think the only thing that keeps me coming online is literally it compels me to continue to proclaim the kingdom of God. But really what compels me to do it is people being misled and just keeping people, you know, like yourself. I see you going through the you're going through the motions. I know that it's the motions. You're going through those motions, you feel me? You know, and I want to be here for you the whole way. I want you to know you're on the right path. I want those that are like you, that are watching, that are not confident. I really be forgetting about y'all. Like if it wasn't for you and a couple others that say stuff online, I would forget that there are people that are watching. There's 190 people in the building that are not in the chat. They're actually learning something. They're not talking. There are people. There's a person in Africa right now listening. There's a person in Brazil listening. There's a person and it only takes one. It only takes one person to affect the whole country. So I have to remember those people. And you reminded me this too. You and your presence in my life has reminded me to stay in the knowledge and just stay with the mathematics. Because I like the drama. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a warrior. I love that shit. I love it. You know, if Brazil is in the building, look, Brazil is in the building. Africa's in the building. Yo, and throw your flags up. You'd be surprised who's watching you. You'd be surprised who's listening. You know, I have people from Haiti listening. There's a person in jail right now watching my live that's doing life in prison. You'd be surprised. You know, you have a little elite group that follows you. But there's some really elite people. I know the government is watching me. I know that BBC is still watching me. I know that BBC is owned by, you know, the elite families. Look, Colombia's in the building. I don't even know what flag that is. I think that's an African flag. Canada's watching. There's so many people that are watching that are outside of the haters. But sometimes I get so blinded by the haters. But it's cool because the haters give me content. You know what I'm saying? Trinidad is in the building. You know what I mean? Nigeria is in the building. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's Nigeria. Or I don't know what that is. Japan is in the building. You know, so India is in the building. Look, India, Albania is in the building. You know, like, so there's so many more people than the haters in the chat that sit the devils. You know what I mean? And I really wish people would talk more in the chat and send positive energy as much as the negative people do. I wish that people would really, you know what I'm saying? People would really, okay, Brazil is in the building. St. Cruz has been in the building. The islands is in the building. Baltimore is in the building. You got people all around the world that are watching. Houston's in the building. I don't even know what flag that is. But there's people all around the world that are watching, man. Like, they call in and they just made me know, like, whoa, like, this is bigger than my haters, man. But I use my haters. I use them for content. Because I feel like every one of us is going to have to deal with hate. And I want to give people content on how to deal with hate. Jamaica's in the building. Guyana's in the building. You feel what I'm saying? So we international, bro. Like, we're not just sitting here talking to the local people. We're talking to the world. You know what I'm saying? The world is watching. The world is watching, yo.
And I remember when they kidnapped you and took you to prison. All of these, the patrol came out there. All the haters came out, and they was burning fucking tiki torches. They had pitchforks all out there. They was going off, and I'm like, a lot of people wouldn't even have content if it wasn't for them throwing hate on you in Carbonation.
No, the hate is cool. The hate is cool because the hate is promoting us. That's promoting us. I think that negative energy is the most powerful energy on the planet. I think it's just as powerful as love. I think hate is just as powerful as love. I feel like you have to utilize it. It's not what they say about me, it's what I answer to. And it's not what they say about me, it's what I'm doing when people come and watch and look. What I'm speaking and what I'm teaching is what I came to do. I didn't come here particularly to build anything but the kingdom of God through humans. I came here to give knowledge of self. Where I'm living is beautiful. I told people they need to live in the tropics. They need that liberty, no doubt. But the most main thing is the knowledge. Now, what you teaching and what you doing right now is powerful, G. You showing people how you leaving jail. Like, yo, I'm out of here. I got my walking papers. Y'all can stay in this cell all y'all want, these cell blocks all you want, but I'm leaving.
That's right.
Right? You feel what I'm saying? So the haters are there to motivate you. They're there to, and trust me, Father, when you start getting it, the thing about this knowledge is when you start to embody it, you're going to become arrogant, man. You're not going to be as humble as you are right now. I started out like that. I started out real humble. But as you embody and start to really channel, it's an authoritative thing. God is an authority. It's not a humble thing. You understand? It's not. It's a ground shaking. This is why Jesus was hated, because when you really, and here's the thing, the Bible says that Jesus said that anybody who is ashamed of me before man, right? I would be ashamed before my Father in heaven. Now, why would anybody be ashamed of Jesus? Right. Sweet Jesus, the way they depict Jesus now, why would anybody in that time be ashamed? I'm not Jesus. I'm Eligio. There's a difference. There's a big difference. It's called time. You know, right. You look at the word planet, you see plane. It's a plane of existence. We're living in a plane of thought. And then when you see the T on the end of planet, you take that T off, you're living in a plane of time. Time. Jesus today wouldn't be Jesus back then. It's different politics. It would not come in the same form. You know what I mean? It should be different. And then the Jesus of the Bible is missing so much of the yogi teachings of Jesus that we don't. Our what is called the sacral chakra, which is really your portal chakra, which is really the sacral chakra is really here. The diacephalar. They teach you that the sacral chakra. I'll do the lesson today. This is not your sacral chakra. This is. Turn everything upside down. Your hypothalamus, your hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and pineal gland are one thing called the diacephalar. This is your sacral chakra. This is your portal chakra. This is the portal chakra. I'm going to be teaching all the chakras again because we don't even have, and our root chakra is our hair. Our hair is energy literally busting out our head. Our chakra is the vortex of energy, and your hair is an energy. Like, look at your crown, like your crown chakra, bro. That shit is busting out your head. We do not look at our hair as energy, but it's energy, and it's busting out your head, and that's your crown chakra. But
no other species on the planet grows hair on the top of his head continuously through his life.
No other species. No other species. And no other species has different penis sizes on the males either. So there's distinct differences. Huh?
Wow. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because we have different penis sizes, and that's just something that, needs to be considered as well. But here's the thing, though. When we're talking about chakras, you know what I'm saying? The feet, the hands are chakra points. Well, I'm going to be breaking this stuff down. But you have to turn the chakra system upside down. Did you know your anus is a chakra? It is a chakra. Like The matter that comes out of your anus is energy, and your penis is energy. Like, this is energy, and anytime you have a energy field, the penis and the vagina are chakras. The anus is a chakra. The nipples are chakras. These are chakras. You got all of you. I mean, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, these are all chakras. But we have to understand what chakras are. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be breaking all of this down because this is very important, because the Bible has taken out in the Christ conscious sexual education. The Kama Sutra. Jesus didn't teach about the Kama Sutra. Jesus didn't teach about sexuality at all. Therefore, we are lost, deaf, dumb, and blind when it comes to opening up expanding all our chakras and understanding that our sacral chakra, which is the diacephalon, is damaged. It's not only damaged, but it's what we call, it needs to expand. It is shrunk, or whatever you would call it. It is, what is the word I'm looking for, that describes something being shrunk? Something being
condensed.
Condensed. It is condensed and needs to be expanded through knowledge of self. Once we have knowledge of self, we can expand that chakra. Because at the end of the day, it has been jeopardized from birth. If you're circumcised, you've been traumatized. Your sacral chakra, which is connected to your portal chakra, which is basically your sex organs. Your sex organs, if they're damaged in any kind of way, that's pedophilia. That's pedophilia. Circumcision is pedophilia. I'm telling you, this will traumatize you for life. The universe ain't make no mistakes as how the human body was designed to be. It didn't say, oh, here, I'm going to give you extra piece of skin, and that it has no purpose. The universe does not make any mistakes. Circumcision is pedophilia. When you cut the baby's skin, you are literally traumatizing the sacral chakra. What happens is the penis's head, which is a gland, is rubbing on the underwear, or is exposed. If you was in nature and your clothes, your penis, your cover, your foreskin would actually protect you from bacteria if you was in your natural clothes. So you're not in your natural clothes, so you just put on fabrics. When you put on fabrics and your penis is rubbing, the head of your penis is rubbing against the fabric since the day you were born, it desensitizes your head. It desensitizes your head. When it desensitizes your head, it cuts and takes away your bond with your counterpart. You cannot feel her. If you cannot truly feel her, you cannot truly appreciate sex. You cannot appreciate her. That's just like not being able to really taste your food. How can you really appreciate your food if you can't? Your taste buds have been desensitized. You're not experiencing, the full capacity of your food to really appreciate it to the full capacity, because you've been traumatized since birth. This creates a blockage of bonding between you and your counterpart. There's a certain appreciation, a certain orgasmic appreciation that you should have that creates a deeper bond when you have foreskin. When you take away that foreskin, the head of your penis becomes desensitized, so sex doesn't feel the same for you. You can't really appreciate that woman the same. It just is what it is.
Right. Well, the whole thing about sex, and I didn't even think about that because they do it so early that we think this is how we really are. Like, this is how we think we come out the factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think that's a factory option. It is really not. You know what I'm saying? And I used to run. I used to do cross country. And if anybody out there, you ran 10 miles or something like that, you can understand that friction from having clothes on will hurt like shit. Like it will hurt you. And then it only hurt the first time. After you run, you get used to it, so that friction no longer bothers you. So we build up a tolerance. We build up a tolerance to that. And just like you said, with our skin just being out there like that and constantly having that friction, it desensitizes after a while. Like you get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that you've been desensitized. When you first do it,
your skin is your organ. It's an organ.
Yeah, the largest organ.
It's an organ. I want you to think about your skin being an organ. And we know through epigenetics, Bruce Lipton, we know that the skin is the membrane.
Yeah.
So niggas took the brain off your penis.
That's crazy.
Niggas is penis dead. Niggas is penis dead.
That's crazy.
Took the brain off your penis.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't even put that together yet. That's nice.
The universe didn't make a mistake. Why would the universe deliver us with mistakes? This is not a genetic modification. This is the way the penis is supposed to be. Why are we doing that? Because man hates nature. And man has used circumcision in a way because they claim certain things were sexual deviance. They claim that they were getting rid of certain sexual demons. This would desensitize the men from being so highly sexual. This is why the Jews or the lower self or whatever you would call it started this. You know what I'm saying? They started just...
And you know they do it with their teeth.
Huh?
They'll do it with their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take the foreskin off a baby with their teeth. You're like, as a parent, how you gonna sit there and let this old ass man put his mouth on your baby pipe and take the fucking skin off and suck the blood out? Like, what type of shit is that? Yo, that shit is weird. Like, it's very weird. Like, crazy has become normalized. We normalize crazy over here. Like, crazy is fucking normalized like a motherfucker to where you can have an old ass man sitting there numbing on the fucking baby pipe, and this shit is cool. Like, this ragu. Like, you offer your child up to come and get this shit. Like, the motherfuckers is crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yo, message for the day: get the fuck out of Babylon. Leaving Babylon. What does it look like? This is what it look like right here. Like, real shit. We complain about our situation. We complain about the government mistreating us. We complain about not having resources. We complain about being shot down on the street. We complain about all these things, but we're not doing nothing about it. And I used this analogy earlier. Have a man sitting down, chilling, and his dog is next to him. His dog just hooting and hollering. Dog just crying. Somebody else walk up and say, yo, your dog is right there crying because it's sitting on a bed of nails. Your dog is sitting on some nails. So the man looks at the dog, sees that it's sitting there on some nails, sees that it's crying, and says, when he's had enough, he'll get up. When he's had enough. You know what I'm saying? I've had a fucking enough. I've had it up to fucking here. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the fuck out of here. Real rap. Leaving Babylon. This is what it look like. You see what I mean? So, I love having examples.
Hi everybody. I just like to give you my own personal opinion about passing knowledge to other people via the sperm pathway. Swallowing or taking sperm will give a person a dose of protein. You know, a dose of protein, period. Hopefully that's all you get. You know, hopefully that person is healthy. You'll just get a dose of protein. But if that person is not healthy, swallowing or intaking sperm, they can pass on disease to other people. Now, microDNA is present in plants, animals, and viruses. And you do they when this is consumed or gets inside of the body, yes, it is it does enter the cells, like that saying, you are what you eat. This is like how you a part of how you get your nutrients. Well, I'm just guessing right here, but there is, you do exchange RNAs, you do exchange, but you don't gain intellectual knowledge. This is what I'm saying. He has taken scientific knowledge, and they're still even doing research on this, on our micro RNAs, and they're still doing research on it. So it could change in a couple of years or whatever, but there's no evidence of gaining intellectual knowledge. And also, I've been reading the chat of this man, and I know there's this one person, there was a couple of people, and they're talking about that he's going to sell his house. That this man at the top here, he's going to sell his house, and I guess he's gonna, go to or leave Babylon, quote Babylon, and people are saying that Chief Eligio is gonna get his money and everything. So this is kind of sad, but I hope he does it for himself and not go into carbonation and not having, I hope he uses that money for his own personal usage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my opinion of it. Everybody has their own journey. And like I said before, there's some pros and there's some cons to carbonation. I see more of the cons more than anything, but believe it or not, there is some pros. And a lot of times, all this information, a lot of the information that Eligio has obtained is knowledge that he has taken from other people, but then he twists it and turns it and shapes it to fit his own agenda, and says that this is my knowledge, and it's not. So that's what I just needed to tell you. So anybody that's thinking about following or going to carbonation, do your research. I mean, did like some hardcore research, get into those science books, and get into that biology, and do your research. And the reason why I knew this wasn't true is because I've taken several classes, maybe a year and a half, of physiology and anatomy and microbiology, maybe about 2 years. Physiology and anatomy and microbiology and some other some other classes I can't think of right offhand. And so this is how I know, you know, some of his information is off. You know, you don't, his women are not going to gain his carbonation knowledge through him passing sperm, giving them sperm, or giving his men sperm. But also what's disturbing is allegedly Goku has exposed him, and Goku has said that he has HIV, allegedly. So if he does have HIV, what a convenient way of passing his disease to other people. And that would be really sad. But this is allegedly, and I hope it's not true. I mean, I pray it's not true, especially for all the people in Carbonation that he has had sexual contact with. You know, I don't wish nobody that type of outcome, you know. I mean, but yeah, Goku, he's going to come out with some more information about Eligio, because Goku said, you know, he's the one that has to fix, you know, people come to him to fix up his shit, you know, and he's tired of it. So that's one reason why he's exposing Eligio. Well, and also I would like anyone who's not subscribed to my channel, if you would please subscribe. I need 895 subscribers. That's what I need so that I can become monetized with YouTube. So I would be so happy if I got that, and maybe I can make a few coins on putting my videos up. And that's about it. I'm gonna go back just a little bit, so it might replicate, you know, I might go back a little bit further back so that we can get the rest of the discussion they have between each other. All right, and everybody have a blessed day. Oops. Okay. There you go. Sorry about that.
Wait, more people out the country is really.
And I'm gonna
They'll
follow
take the
this
foreskin off a
guy.
baby with their teeth. You're like, as a parent, how you gonna sit there and let this old ass man put his mouth on your baby pipe and take the fucking skin off and suck the blood out? Like, what type of shit is that? Yo, that shit is weird. Like, it's very weird. Like, crazy has become normalized. We normalize crazy over here. Like, crazy is fucking normalized like a motherfucker, to where you can have an old ass man sitting there numbing on the fucking baby pipe, and this shit is cool. Like, this ragu. Like, you offer your child up to come to get this shit. Like, the motherfuckers is crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yo, message for the day: get the fuck out of Babylon. Leaving Babylon. What does it look like? This is what it look like right here. Like, real shit. We complain about our situation. We complain about the government mistreating us. We complain about not having resources. We complain about being shot down on the street. We complain about all these things, but we're not doing nothing about it. And I used this analogy earlier. Have a man sitting down, chilling, and his dog is next to him. His dog just hooting and hollering. Dog just crying. somebody else walk up and say, yo, your dog is right there crying because it's sitting on a bed of nails. Your dog is sitting on some nails. So the man looks at the dog, sees that it's sitting there on some nails, sees that it's crying, and says, when he's had enough, he'll get up. When he's had enough. You know what I'm saying? I've had a fucking enough. I've had it up to fucking here. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the fuck out of here. Real rap. Leaving Babylon. This is what it looked like. You see what I mean? So, I love having examples. Having an example of carbonation because I could have long did it in a different time and space and not have this available to me. And like,
alright, so I want to say this though. I want to say this. Without studying astrology, you gotta get into astrology, bro.
Yeah, I talked to Solar the other day. Solar helped me out big time. Solar helped me out big time. Shout out to Lord Solar.
Did you go to tarot.com and get your essential birth chart?
I didn't get the full joint. I'm gonna get the full joint probably tomorrow. But I learned a lot, like already. Especially like knowing what the houses mean, knowing what the signs mean. Like I got a lot of Libra energy in my chart. And this one,
I'm telling you, that's the key right there, King. I mean, Chief. Listen, man, I'm telling you, that is it. Right? The astrology gonna give you divine knowledge itself, G. Man, when you start getting into your aspects, you're gonna be like, yo, G, yo, this shit is accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. He showed me a bunch of shit already, man. I can't wait till I get it. I'm definitely hit him up and give him some kudos because he was on point. You know what I'm saying? He definitely helped me. And I watched the download what Aya just put on YouTube. That shit was popping. She made it real simple.
You talking about Joy?
Joy, yeah, I apologize. She helped me out. She helped me out tremendously. That shit was popping. Made it nice and simple for me so I can write anything down and look at it on my own. You know what I mean? It was a good teaching tool. It was a good moment right there. That shit was popping. So between her, Solar, and you, I think I should have it. And then, I got a different way of looking at shit anyway, so I'm going to have some other shit to help me out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to build on. The shit is going to be banging. You know what I mean? But I definitely appreciate it.
It was good building with you, man. We're going to do this again.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming into the building. And I'm going to talk to Homeboy later so we can do that other thing. I'm going to meet with him today. That shit going to be powerful.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for that. Let me know. Let me know when you're ready.
This is one of my good homies. He bring that fire, too. He going to bring that fire at you. All right?
Peace to the gods.
I love myself.
Peace. Love myself.